Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Thanks for tuning in. Who remembers the humble digital picture frame? There used to be hundreds of them, didn't there, back in the day? In fact, wherever you went you would see them. They were always being bundled with things as well, given away with like insurances and stuff. And they were always a good gift idea for grandmas, weren't they? So she could have pictures of the family loaded in, and without having to pull out those old photo albums and embarrassing us all. Made by many different manufacturers around the 2008ish time, but not Sony. Sony waited quite a while before they decided to do their versions to throw into the picture, if you pardon the pun. But when they did start to bring out photo frames, they brought out some really interesting models over the years. The early models were only able to display images, but as time went by, they also played video and MP3 music files. And this model here, the DPF-A55, can also connect to the internet via Wi-Fi. And you can also connect your Facebook account to it, so any pictures you've uploaded to Facebook will also appear here. Once you had signed in using the god-awful touchscreen, because it was very unresponsive and frustrating. But that feature sadly has long been disabled through discontinued support. I myself like to use these for playing back video files. It can be quite interesting to look at. But Sony did actually build a digital picture frame way before everyone else. And here it is, the daddy of picture frames. The first one they ever built way back in 1999. That was 25 years ago, almost 10 years before these things became commonplace. But it wasn't cheap. It cost a whopping £799 back then. In today's money, that was just over £1,700. And bearing in mind that the LCD screen is only 5.5 inches. So let's take a look at this expensive tech toy from 1999. This frame can either be in landscape mode, or by adjusting the foot at the back, you can put it into portrait mode. You can also adjust the tilt of the frame as well. The image will auto-rotate. On the back of the photo frame you have a sleep button. You can either have that off, or set it for 30 minutes and 60 minutes. And there's the DC 8.4 volt input, centre pin positive. The serial number on my example here is 13496, probably 496 in the run, assuming 13 is the first part of the serial number. Brightness controls on the left hand side. Functions across the top are power on off, and that lights up with a little green lamp. Then you have skip back, stop play, skip forward, rotate and display. And this part here actually folds down to reveal the rest of the controls, which are menu, up, down, left, right, and then the centre button is execute. And of course you have your purple memory stick slot. This will only work with the original memory sticks from the time period. Upon power up, you're greeted with the menu. This is exactly the same menu system that the cameras of the time used. This is actually a demonstration memory stick I had back in the day when I worked at the Sony Centre. We used this to plug into the front of television sets, because some TV sets had a memory stick slot. So you can skip back and forth with the pictures. It's quite responsive. I should imagine though the higher the picture quality, the slower it will be processing, as it is in the cameras. Let's take a quick look at the menu system. There you have index, which will bring up all your photos. You've got the option there to delete. Then you've got the file protect, print, mark or format. You can turn the beep on or off, clock set and language. And look at the year there, 1999. I should imagine the internal battery backup is long gone, and you could probably do a checking actually to see if it's leaking. And whilst under playback mode you've also got slideshow, rotate and format. You can adjust the interval there for 10 seconds, 1 minute, 15 minutes or daily. Then you've got the option to start the slideshow or cancel. I must say, compared to the newer photo frames that came out from around 2008 onwards, this is far nicer to use. With that control panel folding out that way, you can see what you're doing, whereas the other photo frames, the buttons are all on the back. I thought this might have come with a remote control, but I can't see any mention of it anywhere, because some of the later models did. One of the things that came as a nice surprise with this photo frame was there were no major viewing angle issues. If you remember, back in the early days of LCD televisions, if you weren't looking at them directly on, you would lose a picture when you went from side to side. The only time I seem to lose the image with this slightly, so when you look above it or below. I thought it would be interesting to see if this can actually play back video, and to my surprise it did. At 320 by 240 it only fills part of the screen. I tried 320 by 240 in HQ, but I just got a file error.
And this is some video footage at 320 by 240 using the Sony PHD-A55V.
I was quite surprised it played back sound as well. Another thing that probably made the price so expensive for this machine, because back in the day, certainly in that time period, to record video and audio on a memory stick was absolutely amazing. Well, there you have it, the Sony PHD-A55 digital photo frame from 1999. Retailing at £800, it was certainly only for the wealthy. Back in those days, I think I was only earning that a month. That was working in a Sony centre. Well, I think that just about brings me to the end of this video. As always, thanks for watching, and until the next video, I'll be seeing you. And if you did enjoy watching this video, you may want to take a look at some of my other videos on similar themes. I'm always buying something on eBay, some old piece of technology, and trying to repair it. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching.